It would appear that F around and find out has finally come for the ANC. And would you know it, it couldn't have happened to a better person.
This is a story that the Minister of Transport was robbed in broad daylight in the middle of a highway right here in South Africa. Not only was she personally robbed, so were her so-called protectors at the time as well.
By protectors, we obviously mean bodyguards. And so the actual experience that she seemed to have is the same experience most South Africans have every day. She broke down. Bodyguards got out to check what was wrong with the car, was accosted by some individuals who decided to expropriate without compensation all of her goods. The problem is, according to her, she feared for her life.
Now, we are not people to make light of crime, especially in this country. We have been the victims of crime ourselves. I had a gun against my head on 2 separate occasions. But really, if there is someone where my sense of sympathy disappears altogether, it is definitely members of the ANC, because the ANC is responsible for crime in South Africa. Because first of all, they partake in it, but second of all, they make sure that crime is relevant in all of our lives. I'm happy to have much fewer sympathies for this particular crime story.
So if you actually look at what happened to her, she was asked to get out the car. She was asked made to sit down whilst they emptied her car of her personal belongings. This is actually much better than many other individuals have experienced during hijackings or robbings. At least she wasn't stabbed, she wasn't shot. She was just had her stuff expropriated without compensation. A hallmark of ANC policy. But this exact experience left her devastated and traumatized. And I must say, Ramon, I feel zero sympathy for an individual who has put in place all the policies that have ensured that this is the day-to-day experience of most South Africans in this country. All you are experiencing is what the rest of the citizens experience. The ANC feels that it can bloat its VIP budget and escape this day-to-day reality, whilst the rest of us have to experience it. And for once, I'm glad that she actually got to experience what true life is like for the average citizen.
And let's remember, she had 2 VIP bodyguards with her, and yeah, their weapons were stolen as well. So what kind of Mickey Mouse outfit is this? Well, I mean, cater deployment and all that does have its consequences, especially if you are the bodyguard of a minister. Ironically enough, the bodyguards didn't get smacked around or stabbed either, but now they are going for counseling. I mean, there are over 50 murders a day, hundreds or thousands of robberies every single day. I don't remember counseling being, part of the national psyche. But if you're a minister or a bodyguard of a minister, apparently you get, state-funded counseling for a general occurrence that happens every single day to thousands of people.
Well, no, not really that odd, because this is what happens when you come down from your ivory towers and actually experience real life. Real life isn't what you guys think it is, whilst you guys sit behind your policy conferences and sit there trying to pretend to make decisions for the rest of the state. Real life on the ground in South Africa is sometimes hard. And in this instance, this is exactly what the ANC is finding out. When they actually get out there, and they don't get out there often, they don't really like what they see. But what they see is what they've created.
And let's not forget, earlier this year, the city of Cape Town went to war with the taxi associations in Cape Town itself. This Minister of Transport went on the sides of the criminals, i.e. the taxi operators, and said that the DA and the city-run municipality of Cape Town must accede to every demand of the taxi operators. Thankfully, the city did not, and the city actually beat the taxi operators. So this is not someone who is your friend. This is not someone who cares about you. This is not someone that cares about transport, which is her ministry. This is a parasite on our system. This is a parasite on the taxpayers. And now, for once, she gets treated equally. The ANC is all about equality of opportunity. Welcome to South Africa, Minister.
Yeah, I suppose there are a few things, though, in her statements from this that actually leave me a little bit curious. First is, apparently she remains committed to fulfilling her government responsibilities. I must say, I'm a little bit disappointed in that. Maybe do what many other South Africans do when they become victims of crime and, I don't know, immigrate. I'm all for the ANC immigrating. I mean, I'm very anti-immigration, but when it comes to the ANC, I'll make exceptions. Your rules, your policies have led to the state. We are happy that you are experiencing the consequences of what you have done.
It is the quintessential tale of fuck around and find out.